Hi folks, my name's Kevin Smith. I've got a Vermeer BC600XL that I use for my small business, and this thing's giving me problems, giving me a lot of fits, because when we go to feed wood in it, the motor just keeps running and it bogs down. The auto feed system is not working correctly. So what I'm doing is putting in a auto feed 2 system and a new magnetic pickup, okay, which is this piece here, right? This came from the folks that make the auto feed 2. The system that's on this Kohler motor is not working properly. The Kohler engine has the sensor on the back of it, and it requires a lot of work and a lot of time to get in there and replace that sensor. So what I'm doing is putting in the aftermarket sensor, and then I'll run the chipper and show you how it does. But as it sits right now, this chipper does not run. It's a 6-inch chipper, so it's not going to do anything huge. But I mean, if I'm running a 4 or 5-inch piece of wood into this, it just bogs down and it stops the engine, and then I've got to dig it apart and pull pieces of wood out of it, and it's a real pain. So hopefully with the new auto feed system in here and working, this thing will be back up and running soon. So bear with me and I will show you kind of how I put this sensor in. Okay, so what I've got here is sitting in front of the Kohler engine. This sensor is going to mount right above the starter. Okay, the starter is here. The starter has 2 bolts in it right here. And what I did is I cut away a hole in the plastic. All right, and I used a 7/8 hole saw, although I think a 1-inch hole saw would have been a little bit better, just to go a little bit bigger. All right, and what you have to do is you have to get that plastic opened up enough that the gray piece, the bracket, can line up with this hole here on the starter, and then make sure that there's enough plastic cleared out here that the gray bracket can sit flush with this hole. Okay. So now that I've done that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to mount this here, all right, and I'm going to thread the sensor in until it touches the flywheel, and I'm going to back it off, okay, about a half a turn, and see how it does. Once I do that, I have to rotate the motor slowly, kind of all the way around, just to make sure that it's that the flywheel is not going to touch this magnetic sensor in the front and ruin my sensor. I don't want to do that. So I'm going to mount this, screw it in until it touches, and then back the sensor off about a half a turn. Okay. So once I do that, I'm going to go ahead and show you how to wire it up next. All right, so the next step that I did is I went ahead and attached the mag pickup bracket, this gray piece, to this top starter bolt. I ran the bolt in and tightened that down. I put the mag pickup in, and I tightened this. I loosened this nut here, tightened the mag pickup in until it just touched the flywheel, and I backed it out about a half a turn. Okay, then I tightened this nut without moving this. And I wired this into the system, and I'm gonna go ahead and fire this thing up in a few minutes and see if we can cut some wood.